Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to derive the trigonometric ratio of an angle in terms of its submultiple angle. For example, what would be the value of sine of A in terms of, let's say, submultiple of A, which is, let's say, maybe A over 2, like half of A, or maybe 1/3 of A. So if A is an angle, then obviously half of A is also another angle, 1/3 of A is also another angle, and these are the submultiples of A, right? So you want to express the trigonometric ratio of A in terms of half of A, or maybe 1/3 of A, right? In a previous video, we have derived the value of sine of 2 times A. So what was the value of sine of 2 times A? Well, we saw that it was 2 times sine of A and times cosine of A, and also we saw that it was equal to 2 times tangent of A over 1 plus tangent square of A. And now if we simply substitute A with A over 2 or half of A, so we are going to substitute A by half of A, right? So wherever we have A right here, wherever we have the A, we are going to substitute that A with half of A. So then what happens? So from here, if we simply replace the A by half of A, then this will become sine of 2 times, wherever we have the A, I am replacing that with half of A, is equal to 2 times sine of half of A times cosine of half of A, and that is also equal to 2 times tangent of half of A over 1 plus tangent square of half of A. From here you can see that sine of 2 times of half of A, that is actually sine of A, because the 2 in the numerator and the denominator, they will cancel each other. So we will be left with sine of A is equal to 2 times sine of half of A times cosine of half of A, and that is also equal to 2 times tangent of half of A over 1 plus tangent square of half of A. So now you see that we have been able to express the value of sine of A in terms of its submultiple angle, which is half of A, right? Now let's see how we can express sine of A in terms of 1/3 of A. That is another submultiple of A. So let's try and see how that would look. Well, in the previous video, we have seen that sine of 3 times of A looks like this. And then wherever we have the A, let's replace that with 1/3 of A. All these A's that we have here, let's replace that by 1/3 of A, and then let's see what happens. So then from here we can say, well, then this is sine of 3 times 1/3 of A is equal to 3 times sine of 1/3 of A minus 4 times sine cubed of 1/3 of A, and we can write it as sine of A. You see this 3 and this 3, they will cancel each other, so this is becoming sine of A, that is equal to 3 times sine of A over 3 minus 4 times sine cubed of A over 3. And that is how we can express the value of sine of A in terms of 1/3 of A, which is a submultiple of the angle A, right? Next, we are going to see how we can express cosine of A in terms of submultiples of A, like half of A or 1/3 of A. In the previous video, we have seen that cosine of 2 times of A can be written as this. Now let's do the same trick again. Wherever we have the A, let's replace that by half of A. So from here, can we say that this is then cosine of 2 times half of A? And now if you think about this half of A right here, the 2 and the 2, they're going to cancel each other. So we are essentially left with cosine of A, right? So now I'm going to simply write it as cosine of A. So let me erase this and simply say this is nothing but cosine of A. And that can be written as cosine squared of half of A minus sine squared of half of A. Also it can be written as 1 minus 2 times sine squared of half of A, which is also equal to 2 times cosine squared of half of A minus 1, and also it is equal to 1 minus tangent square of half of A divided by 1 plus tangent square of half of A. So that is how we can express the value of cosine of A in terms of half of A. And similarly, let's try to express cosine of A in terms of 1/3 of A. In the previous video, we have seen that cosine of 3 times of A is equal to 4 times cosine cubed of A minus 3 times cosine of A. And now wherever we have the A, let's replace that by 1/3 of A. and then let's see what happens. So from here we can say, well, then if we replace a by 1/3 of a, then this will be cosine of 3 times 1/3 of a. Now if you look at this 3 and this 3, they're going to cancel each other, so we are essentially going to be left with cosine of a, so cosine of just a. So can we then write it as cosine of a? So let me erase this, and I'm going to write it as cosine of a is equal to, this will be 4 times cosine cubed of 1/3 of a, and then minus 3 times cosine of 1/3 of a, and that is how we can express the value of cosine of a in terms of 1/3 of a. And now let's see how we can express tangent of a in terms of half of a or 1/3 of a. In the previous video, we have seen that tangent of 2 times of a is actually equal to 2 times of tangent of a divided by 1 minus tangent square of a. And now let's do the same substitution here also. So wherever we have a, we're going to replace that by half of a, and then what will happen? Well, the left hand side will become tangent of a, because it would be tangent of 2 times half of a, and if you think about it, this 2 and this 2, they will cancel out each other, so we can write it as simply tangent of a, and that will be equal to 2 times tangent of half of a over 1 minus tangent square of half of a, and that is the value of tangent of a in terms of half of a. Similarly, let's try to express the value of tangent of a in terms of 1/3 of a. In the previous video, we have seen that tangent of 3 times of a can be written as 3 times of tangent of a minus tangent cube of a divided by 1 minus 3 times tangent square of a. Now let's do similar substitution here also. So wherever we have the a, we are going to replace that by 1/3 of a, and if we do that, then what's going to happen? Well, the left hand side will become tangent of a, because it is tangent of 3 times, and I'm going to replace a by 1/3 of a. And with this substitution, you can see that this 3 and this 3, they will cancel each other. So we are left with tangent of a. We are just left with tangent of a. So we can write it as tangent of a. And that will be equal to 3 times tangent of 1/3 of a minus tangent cube of 1/3 of a divided by 1 minus 3 times tangent square of 1/3 of a. And that is how we can express the value of tangent of a in terms of 1/3 of a. I hope everything made sense. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.